Medjacking. Hackers hijacking medical devices to create backdoors in hospital networks. Data security analyst Ashley Cook. How are you, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you doing this morning?
Fine. I have no idea what I just said. What the heck? Hacking. I understand getting in the data, but what does it mean? Why do I need to be worried?
Well, I think that everybody needs to be worried in the sense that your Social Security number and personal information is in jeopardy if the hospitals don't take adequate precaution and the necessary steps to increase their security around their IT. And what we're seeing now is, because they haven't been doing this, a lot of the medical devices, they have IP addresses and they're either connected to that network or, through a direct line or wirelessly. And what happens is that when they don't put in the proper firewalls and they're not updating their software like they should be, then it leaves us open to security breaches. So, a lot of times hackers will get in through malware. In this case, they can get in through hacking into the medical device, just like they can for an unsecure wireless network. So in healthcare, we have to look at, how much of our information is stored and is vulnerable. Well, certainly that's a lot of information. And especially today, we live in a world where information is extremely valuable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we have nation states coming in and hacking, because it's valuable information about the citizens.
What's the example of a medical device being controlled via wireless?
You could have, so when Vice President Cheney had a pacemaker put in, they turned off the wireless feature for obvious reasons because he's high profile.
So somebody could hurt my pacemaker and kill me, I guess, a terrorist.
Right. I mean, now that's going to be an extreme where you've got someone who's high profile.
I got you.
So I think that the biggest risk, again, is that it's the collective data on everybody. If I go into a hospital, someone's not really going to be motivated, I hope, to hack into a pain pump that I would be connected to.
Right. But your point is you need to secure it. If you were to give a letter grade to medical facilities in America and their firewalls, what letter grade would Ashley Cook give them?
Oh, gosh. I think that would be difficult. I can say that the security breaches since 2010 has increased over 125 or 150%. So I think that speaks for itself.
And if they get Social Security, can't they get into bank accounts and stuff like that?
Well, getting into bank accounts is different because you would still have to have the passwords, but having that personal information, like the account numbers and then all, the names, the addresses, and Social Security numbers makes it easier for someone to come in and crack their passwords and certainly get into online banking accounts.
15 years ago, do you think you would have been talking about this, Ashley? I mean, how fast technology compounds?
Well, and that's the whole point, is that technology moves at such a vast rate that if you're not making an effort and you're not investing the capital in your IT infrastructure, that you will be left behind because, again, it is moving so rapidly. And, the hackers are so sophisticated that the companies have to keep putting out new operating systems to make sure that things are secure.
Yeah. Well, okay, so your advice would be?
My advice would be for any corporation, no matter what sector, to make sure that they have adequately protected their IT infrastructure and make sure that they're educating their employees, because that's where a lot of the problems start, is the employees engaging or clicking on something that has malware at work.
If I go to school and be as smart as you, can I make a lot of money?
Of course.
This is an area that you will never, ever, ever, people will never say, Ashley, we don't need you. They'll never say that.
Well, I hope not.
No, so, I mean, this kind of security stuff is ongoing. It's only going to get more, and it's vital. It's important for corporations to hire people like you to make sure they're good.
Yeah, it's important to just keep up with the standards that are required, no matter what industry you're in. So, whether it be financial services or healthcare.
Always changing, always changing. Ashley, appreciate the insight in this. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Data security analyst Ashley Cook. Something else to worry about, people breaching your pacemaker.
Right.